For riding in the wintertime, we put together some tips to make sure you guys have a fun and safe ride. So if you guys aren't planning on riding in the winter, the only thing you really have to worry about is battery maintenance. All you really have to do is make sure the battery's at 50% and store it in a temperature-controlled environment, and you should be all good. If you do plan on riding in the winter, the only thing you really have to worry about with the battery is that you'll get a slightly decreased range due to the temperature. Make sure you give it a full charge before you go out and ride, and plan accordingly with a little bit of range drop-off. So as far as apparel while you're riding, I would highly recommend getting a full face helmet, not only for safety but also for warmth. When you're riding in the winter, not only is there really cold winds, but those cold winds make you cry from how cold it is in your eyes. So having something that protects your eyes and your head at the same time is definitely worth buying. I like this helmet specifically because it's got a full functioning visor that I can open and close. And it's also got really nice padding and straps here to not only keep me warm, but keep me protected and safe. I would also recommend that you get some gloves with some really good mobility in them, and then that you feel comfortable, because some of them feel chunky and don't allow you to fully use the remote as you should. You want to make sure your gloves have enough mobility so you can actively use the remote in a comfortable and safe way. Make sure they're not too thick, they're not going to get stuck on the button or anything like that. That could lead to over braking or over acceleration, which could cause you to fall off. And then also make sure your jacket has plenty of mobility. You want to be able to move around, get your balance. Just be able to reach all around if you really need to. These are just important things to help you keep a safe and happy ride when you're riding in the winter. With winter riding, you're going to experience winter conditions. All your wheels aren't going to feel exactly the same as they would in ideal conditions. So with your standard 97mm wheels, these are great for summer riding, tons of fun, high speeds, but you'll notice that there's not a lot of traction on here. And that's not great when you have sand or salt or all different elements on the ground, so it might be time to consider upgrading, depending on how much you're riding and what the conditions are like near you. When you're running our cloud wheels, which are 105mm, these are a little bit better. They do have tread on them, they do have a pattern, and they are a little bit larger, which give you more contact patch. However, it's still not going to be exactly how it felt when you were riding during the summer or ideal conditions. Just keep that in mind whenever you're riding, and if it's a little bit out of your comfort zone to ride with these, it might be time to upgrade for you, but that's up to your own discretion. With our all-terrain wheels, these are really the top dog when it comes to performance in the winter. Like I said, it's still going to have some performance drop off. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be way better than everything else that you got as far as options. You shouldn't have any issues really to go over everything you needed to go over. Just like I said, loss of traction is a problem with every wheel, no matter what you have. So just be careful and be safe when you're riding, and I'm sure you'll be okay. Gotta get a couple reps in, you know? Math and science.
mils.